Oh, Jody, you silly thing. You and Miles have me feeling like an empress.
Well, what's wrong with that? You've had a long illness and recovery period, and we just want to make things easier for you.
There is such a thing as making life too easy, you know. I feel fine, just fine. So fine that I'm going to motivate myself and get up off this couch and go call Geraldine about going back to work. Any minute now.
Oh, that's really too bad.
Jody, you're not listening. Are you still worried about your dancing?
Oh, I'm not worried. I'm possessed. That's all I think about, dancing day and night.
It's not the end of the world, you know.
Oh, maybe, but how can I be sure?
Oh, Jody, don't be so intense.
I can't help it. I'm 18 years old.
Yes, I remember what that's like. I think. Oh, dear. Anyway, I remember what it's like to have so many heavy responsibilities.
Okay, make fun of me. But you know something? When I took Muffin for a walk the other night, guess right where I headed? To the dance studio. I mean, I'm like a...
Like a robot.
Exactly, just like a robot. You wind me up and I go right to Wiley's studio.
I thought you were gone for a long time. Did you see Gavin?
Yes, I did see Gavin. Would you like me to freshen your coffee?
No. I'm a big, strong woman. It's time people around here stop pampering me. I'll take care of this myself. Thank you all the same.
The only reason I'm so rough on you is because I want you to succeed. All right, maybe I've been too ruthless. Maybe I've demanded too much in the way of discipline. But I want you to be what you're meant to be. A beautiful and talented artist. I want that for you, don't you see? Would you just listen to me?
No, you listen to me. I'll tell you something, Gabby Wiley. You can go straight to hell.
Out the mouth of babes.
Some babe.
Somehow. I don't like talking this way. But what happens if Jody Travis is not ready in time for the opening? Can you push the opening back if it's necessary?
What the hell are you talking about, if she's not ready? She has to be. This town, this whole area is saturated with publicity. I'll have you know I've spent a fortune in PR alone. I've got critics coming in from all across the country. Opening night, we're going to be saturated. We're going to have magazine coverage, TV coverage, news coverage. I won't even mention the amount of money that I've sunk in this production. What are you talking about, if?
Look, let me remind you that it was your insisting that put her in this position in the first place. It's a matter of time. The girl is carrying an inhuman load.
I don't care what she's carrying. You get her ready. It's your job, and you get her ready, or boy, I'll have your head on a platter.
Now, you wait a minute. It's very easy to stand here and demand. But there's a wide difference between what you demand and what you get. She's trying the best she can, and so am I. And it's not going to be you up there on stage opening night with eggs on your dancing shoes. No, it's Jody.
All right, calm down. I asked for a progress report, not a lecture. What's gotten into you anyway?
I'm sorry, I'm tired, and I'm worried. I'm worried whether Jody's going to make it, and I don't mean in time. I mean at all. Maybe she doesn't have it. I don't know, but it's not going to be a lack of not trying.
You're not being very encouraging, Cap.
Well, maybe not. But the worst thing that could happen to Jody right now is to go ahead and perform when she's not ready. And be laughed off that stage. That's a blow that she can't handle. It'll kill her. She's a kid, Sky. She's an 18-year-old kid.
She can handle it.
I wish I were that sure. Because if she's not ready, she's not going to have to handle it because she's not going out there. And I'm gonna make sure she doesn't, because I'm not gonna let her go out. So you can put that in your ledger and blot it, Mr. Impresario.
Not bad. Not bad. Splendid. Look at this one.
Oh, my gosh. Beautiful. Oh, they're all beautiful. Oh, I hope my work can be this good someday, Mr. Crown.
Practice, Valerie, practice. You have the talent, so I expect you to come up to these standards in no time. And call me Carlo, please.
Thank you. So who is the lovely lady?
Her name is Raven Swift at the moment. When I went to the Darwin dress salon yesterday, she was there trying on her trousseau. I offered to take pictures of her wearing these designer gowns. After a slight appeal to ego, of course.
Well, that was a lucky break.
You'll never know how lucky. She's engaged to one of the most important men in Monticello. Could be a very helpful connection.
I think it's just wonderful.
I'm going to make a pitch for the wedding photos, too. We need the business now to get this studio rolling.
It'll be rolling, all right. Oh, this is a great beginning, Carlo. I am sure this Raven Swift won't be able to resist these.
Okay, Val. I'm going to need 2 copies of these as soon as possible, so I will need your help in the darkroom. Okay? Oh, that's right. You wanted an hour or so off this morning.
Oh, I hate to ask. You have been too nice already, and I wouldn't ask if it weren't important, but, well, it's to see a lawyer about my father.
Well, I think he needs a lot more help than I do right now, so you can go, but you make up the time later.
Thanks so much.
Okay, just get back as soon as you can.
I will.
Okay. Soon to be Mrs. Schuyler Whitney.
Well, well. What have we here? A burglar who dresses for the occasion. Something tells me you didn't just climb in through the bathroom window. You just walked upstairs, isn't that it? Well, that's very clever of you, Mr. Wells. It is Mr. Wells, isn't it, Mr. Duval's manager? And something tells me we're going to be joined by your lovely partner in crime very shortly. I do enjoy being right.
Then what happened?
Please, I've got something to say.
Oh, this should be a real treat.
Oh, you're fired. Get out of here. No, I can't. No, seriously, listen up. I talked to Sky Whitney.
Oh, our beloved founder.
Shut up. Have a little respect, please, okay? The contracts are being drawn up this week. It's official. You are all been hired.
All right.
Okay, now listen. Take 5, and I mean 5. All right? And then we'll start working again. Go.
All right. Okay. Hey.
You late, little girl?
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, too. I'm sorry about last night, Jody. It's just a thing that happened. I didn't know it was going to happen.
No, I understand. It's just one of those things that happen.
An impulse, you might
Yeah,
say.
I would say that definitely an impulse.
And there's all that work and all, you know.
Yeah.
And, well, you and I can't afford to do anything like that, you know.
Yeah.
And besides, it's just all that work.
Oh, don't I know it? Can't let anything interfere with the work.
And besides, there's, I wouldn't want to give you preferential treatment, because I would, you know.
No, I wouldn't want that either. No, yeah.
And I think that a choreographer and his lead dancer should be objective, right?
Absolutely.
right, now I'm going to meet you there at 3 o'clock on the dot. Yeah, all right. Now, I'm going to get married shortly. Yeah, thank you. And I want to have all the details of this transaction out of the way. Right, we're going to have the ceremony at the house, and your partner, what's his name? Yeah, well, he assured me that the house would be empty and ready for occupancy. Okay, good. All right, yeah, I'll see you then. I'm going to take my attorney. You'll recognize him. He'll have a three-piece suit and bowling shoes on. Weird guy. Yeah, all right, I'll get that, Cut. You finish the paperwork. It's important.
Yes, Mr. Whitney.
That's me.
Allow me to introduce myself. By sheer chance, I met your fiancée, Raven Swift, at the Darwin Dress Salon yesterday and took some photos of her in her trousseau. She thought you would be anxious to see them, so I am taking the liberty of interrupting you today.
Carlo Crown, photographer.
And I'm looking for Carl Crown. Oh, I'm sorry, Mrs. Swift. He's not in right now. You mean I came all the way out here for nothing? Well, who are you? Oh, I'm Valerie Brightson, Mr. Crown's assistant. Maybe I can help you.
Yeah, maybe you can. He took some pictures of me the other day.
Of course. He took a set with him, I believe, but I think there's another in here. Oh, good.
Yes, here they are. Great. Thank you. Oh, boy. Oh, these are fantastic. They're just beautiful.
I think so. He's really a fine photographer.
Oh, he really knows his stuff. I can't wait to show these to my fiancé. They're fabulous. You want to know something else?
The gowns aren't bad either.
Allow me to introduce myself. By sheer chance, I met your fiancée, Raven Swift, at the Darwin Dress Salon yesterday and took some pictures of her in her trousseau. She thought you'd be interested in seeing them, so I brought them over.
Carlo Crown, photographer. Well, I'm sorry, Mr. Crown, but your timing is bad. I'm right in the middle of a real estate deal, so I'm afraid I'm not going to be able to see you.
Only take a moment. Mrs. Swift was so insistent about you seeing them.
Yes, I can imagine that she would be. Well, come on and we'll take a look. Say, these are really first rate. You're quite a professional.
I am.
Well, I don't see how Milady is going to be able to resist any of these, so why don't you just give me a whole set and send me a statement?
Please allow me to make a gift of them to both of you.
Well, that's very kind of you, Mr. Crown, but I assure you I like to purchase the things that I want. I'll appreciate them much more.
I insist. Let's just call it a small wedding gift. Then perhaps later, if the opportunity arises, you can recommend me to some of your friends and colleagues. You see, I'm just getting started here in Monticello.
I see. Well, I'm sure that you'll make out just fine. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Oh, of course.
Oh, Mr. Crown, haven't we met somewhere before?
No? I'm quite sure we haven't. I'm certain I'd have remembered. Besides, I'm new here in Monticello. Most of my work has been done in Europe, photographing the beautiful people in London, Paris, and Rome.
Well, maybe that's where I saw you. Maybe you just resembled someone I know.
The thought occurred to me that you're going to be getting married shortly, so maybe you'd be wanting some...
Oh, yes, I see. Well, sure, why not? My Aunt Geraldine is handling the arrangements, but I'm sure that she won't mind. It'll be one less detail that she's got to worry about.
Baby.
Well, hi.
I've just been up to your studio. I had to see the pictures. I couldn't wait.
Ah, well, I'm sorry I missed you, but you were so insistent about Mr. Whitney seeing them that I brought them over myself.
Aren't they beautiful?
Yes, they really are splendid. Oh, Mr. Crown is giving us a full set.
Generous of you. And since he was so kind, what do you think about him doing our wedding pictures?
Well, as a matter of fact, Mr. Crown and I have already made arrangements for the wedding photos.
You're kidding. You're so sensible. Why are you always a step ahead of me?
Well, Mr. Crown, why don't I stop by your studio sometime and we'll discuss details? How about, sometime next week?
That would be wonderful. Any time, that's good for you. You have my card, so let me hear from you.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh, Sky, come on, why don't
don't you put away all these papers and come with me? They're not that important, are they?
I can't.
Why not?
Because I'm taking care of all the red tape that has to do with the house. Now, what could be more important than that?
Well, why can't you let Gunther take care of the red tape? You're good at that, aren't you, Gunther?
I try to do my best at everything, Mrs. Swift.
You devil girl, how can I resist you?
You can't.
Okay, where to?
I want to go to the Whitney house. I'm aching to see it.
Are you?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, we don't want that to happen.
No.
Let's go.
Yay!
You must have known I was thinking of you. I was. Just 5 minutes ago. Well, I had a few minutes on my lunch break. And I've been thinking about you, too. Wondering how you're doing. I miss you. Oh, I miss you, too, sweetie. Very much. Sit down. Sit down and tell me everything. I would like to know everything. The news, how you are, how things progress. Tell me. Well, all right. First, you have to tell me about you, okay? Oh, you know me. I'm able to survive. Not for too long, though. Soon I will have to get a job to get some money. What I have is rapidly going away. Ah, money, evil, but necessary. Yes, very necessary. Martine, if there's anything I can do to help you, please tell me. Oh, let me do something. No, absolutely nothing, Judy, you sweetheart. Nothing. Don't give it a thought, okay? But tell me everything there is to tell about you, your work, I mean. Well, I have been working very, very hard. Uh-huh. But the truth is, the closer we get to opening night, the more nervous I get. That's perfectly natural. I hope so. Of course, sweetie. There is no cure for the fear of opening night. You just have to go through it. That's all you can do. It's going to be wonderful. It's so exciting, isn't it? Ah. And how is our wonderful choreographer?
Gavin is fine. Thriving on his work. You know, he's at his best at times like this. Also his worst.
What do you mean, worst?
Oh, you know what I mean. I mean, nobody knows better than you. He gets so involved in his work, he acts like a little crazy man. Like a little king, stomping around, yelling, carrying on, demanding.
Yes, I know very well. He can be a little beast. But you have to learn. It is also for effect. He thinks, by acting like a little king, as you say, he will double the work of his dancers. But that's not necessary between you and me.
No, I know that. He can be very cruel when he wants to. But I think that is because he wants everything right. You know, he's a perfectionist. Underneath, he's very sweet, very gentle. And I know the reason he comes down on me so hard is because he wants me to succeed. He told me so.
Yes, it is difficult to remember the gentle things when there is a crack of a whip. But it is not so difficult when you like a man.
No. I've always liked Gavin. I just never knew how to deal with him. No, I guess it's my youth. You know something? I have been complaining about him a lot lately, and I think I should stop because it's starting to sound very negative.
No. Jody, you can complain to me all you want because I do understand you. Oh, excuse me. Hello?
Martine, are you alone?
No, madame.
Okay, just listen to what I have to say and answer only yes, no, or oh, okay?
Yes.
I just met with Schuyler Whitney. The best news. He didn't recognize me.
How?
The only thing he recognized was my talent. Obviously a man of taste.
Ah, yes.
It's a hurdle, Martine. A big hurdle, but the rest should be a piece of cake. Wedding cake.
How?
There's more good news. I've been commissioned to photograph his wedding to Raven Swift. Now, how do you like that news, sweetheart? It's you and me again, Martine. A team. Flowers, candlelight in our eyes meeting across the wine glasses.
No, madame.
Yes, I have to see you again. I told you before, Martine, we can start all over again. I have a new identity, a new me, I promise. Come now, Martine. You'd like that, admit it.
No, madame. I'm sorry. I would not. Thank you.
remember.
This is very, very nice. Which end of the room do you play tennis in?
I love this house, and now it's mine, all mine.
Well, one minor correction. It is ours. All ours.
That's what I meant. Ours. Good Lord.
Good Lord, what?
What have they done? I mean, they have completely changed this room around.
I don't understand. It's an empty room. How can you change an empty room completely around?
No, they did. The staircase, it used to go up this way. As a matter of fact, I can remember Geraldine Whitney floating down there like a ship of state. You want to know something? I always had a secret desire to see her slide down the banister.
You rotten kid.
And these two doors over here, they used to lead out into a patio and formal garden. The fireplace was in the same place.
Well, since you seem to know so much about the place, where are all of the hidden panels and things?
No, really, it's true. They did change everything. But I don't care.
Well, you could be right. Actually, the broker said that the previous owner had made a lot of changes. There are new pipes and wiring and made some structural changes and things.
Well, I'm going to go upstairs and take a look at the master bedroom.
Well, there is a neat idea.
Oh, you animal.
Well, Gunther, do you think you can be happy here?
Yes, sir. I only hope that you'll be happy, Mr. Whitney.
Well, there is no doubt about that. You know, it's strange being here. After all these years for the first time.
Yeah, I can imagine so.
Well, what's up?
Mrs. Saxon called. She was wondering if you want to add any guests to the list. She wants to finish the invitations by tonight.
Well, yes, as a matter of fact, there is one. Now, I have addressed this myself, and I want it hand-delivered to Martine Duval. Now, there is no reason that my aunt or Mrs. Swift need be burdened with this knowledge, I'm understood.
I'll see to it, Mr. Whitney.
And I've also decided that I'm going to use that room off the master bedroom for my study. My private study. It is to be locked at all times. Now, I've got a special lock that I bought, a very strong one. And there's only one key, which I will keep.